This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School. Stop by our school at 2490 West Tower Drive in Bolivar and see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for children in our area. All rights reserved.
It goes into that black box down there. Can you just hold it? Testing. Checking. Test, test, test. Test.
Test. All right. Testing. All right, folks, it looks like we have audio tonight with a mic. And we are about to start. It looks like we're about 7 minutes from game time. The ref has already talked to the captains. And the Knights are on the floor for warm-ups. And I think the title at the start of this accidentally said middle school. I believe this is not middle school. I'm going to double check. This is junior varsity. 6 o'clock game is junior varsity, not middle school. And then the following game will be varsity. There is no middle school game tonight. My apologies for that error. And it appears as though some of our JV players are on the court now warming up. 3 of them on the left end and 4 on the right end. Let's look at the roster real quick for the JV team.
Aaliyah Presley, number 9. North Stevenson, number 10. Isla King, number 18. Ryan number 22. Autumn Fralick, number 37. Macy Schultz, 67. Ava Anderson, 77.
And our coaching staff for the PCCS JV team.
Coach Cribbs. Coach Gray.
And the Eagles are out on the court for their warm-up period.
Coach Gray.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's game time. Lady Knights are on the court. Eagles are on the court. They've had a moment of prayer at the center of the court. They're getting ready to greet each other at the net. This will be the first match, playing 2 out of 3. And this is the JV team. And it looks like the starting lineup is Nora Everson, Isla King, Ava Anderson, Aaliyah Presley, Macy Schultz, and Rylan Hood. I do not have a roster for the Eagles, and that's okay. If I can see their numbers, I'll refer to them by number during the game. As always, PCCS athletes, spectators, and family always strive to set a Christian example at all times, on and off the court. All right, looks like the refs have confirmed the lineup. And the first serve goes to the Eagles. Eagles number 20, I believe. Yes, 20. First serve is up, and she found a hole on our side of the court. Point for the Eagles. 1 serving 0. Serve is up. Over to Aaliyah. Aaliyah to Autumn, and point for the Eagles. 2 serving 0. Serve is up to Rylan, back to Ava, up to Aaliyah, and Aaliyah over to the Eagles. And the Eagles bring it back over to Rylan. Rylan across to the Eagles and into the net, but they salvage it and get it across. Good play, but it is out on the Eagles on our side of the net. Point for the Knights. 1 serving 2. Knights are going to rotate. Rylan Hood moving back to serving position, number 22. Serve is up, and Eagles are under it, and it's not quite over the net. Good effort. 2 serving 2. That was number 27 with the Eagles, over to number 8. Rylan Hood back to serve. Serve is up, and straight back to the Knights. That was Autumn, up to Macy, over to, well, it's back to the Eagles. Ava back to the Eagles, and Eagles found a hole on our side of the court. Rylan Hood with a dive, tried to save it, but it was under the net. Point for the Eagles, 3 serving 2. Number 27 for the Eagles moving back to serve. Serve is up to Mace. I'm sorry, that was Isla, and I think Ava took it from Isla and almost had it over the net. 27 for serving 2, over to Ava, back over to the Eagles. 5 out of the Eagles, over to 8, back to 5, and across to the Knights. Back to the Eagles. Second hit, third hit, brings it over. Isla's under it, over to Macy. Macy to Aaliyah, and back to the Eagles, and it's out the backcourt, and a good play by the Knights. 3 serving 4. Knights are going to rotate, and Macy going back for the Knights to the serving line. Macy Schultz, number 33. Serve is up, and it's over to the Eagles. They send it back over. Ava and Macy looking at the ball, and I think the coach is saying, you girls got to talk. It's early in the game. They'll get that. Number 23 moving back to serve for the Eagles. Serve is up. It's over, and Macy under it. Point for the Eagles. 6 serving 3. Serve is up. Back to Rylan. Rylan forward toward the net. And it's a point for the Eagles. 7 serving 3. Serve is up. Over to Macy out the backcourt. Point for the Eagles. 8 serving 3. And timeout. I missed who the timeout was on. Folks, while we're on a short timeout, I'd like to show our appreciation for the volunteers here for PCCS. We've got Coach Brian Gray on the scorer's table running the scoreboard, and he's also running the score on the Game Changer app. So if you're unable to watch the live stream for any reason, he generally updates the score in the Game Changer app. If you don't have us on there, you can download the Game Changer app, Android and iOS, and search for PCCS and add volleyball teams. They've got a team for junior high, for middle school, and for varsity. And we have to do those separate teams on there so that we can score and attribute the plays to the player. Game Changer sadly doesn't give us any stats for volleyball. For basketball they do. And then I believe Miss Freilich may be assisting on the scorer's table as well. And I see Coach Chad Burton here. He's our athletic director. He's assisting also. And then Landon Gray, you see him at a lot of our volleyball games as a line judge. He volunteers frequently for that. And then, of course, coaches Jill Cribbs and Vanessa Gray. All right, players are back on the court. 23 back on the serving line. 8 serving 3 for the Eagles. Serve is up, and it's over to Rylan. Rylan up to Aaliyah, and Aaliyah back up front and down on our side of the net. Point for the Eagles, 9 serving 3. Serve is up, back to Rylan. Rylan forward to Aaliyah, over to Isla. Eagles, almost. Good effort. That was a good plan they had. And the Knights are going to rotate. Aaliyah Presley moving back to serve. She's number 9. And it is 4 serving 9. Serve is up and short, and point for the Eagles. 10 serving 4. Eagles number 8. Yes, 0-8 back on the serving line. Her serve is up. It's over to Nora. Nora to Isla. Isla to Ava. Ava with a gentle set across and into the net for the Eagles. Point for the Knights. 5 serving 10. Ava Anderson moving back to serve. Serve is up. Over to the Eagles, and second hit brings it over to Macy. Macy to Isla. Isla to Nora. Nora across. Eagles, second hit. Third hit brings it over. Middle of the court, they found a hole and scored a point. Good strategy for the Eagles. And Eagles number 5 serve is up, over to Ava. Ava to Macy. Macy to Nora, and almost, but not quite over. Point for the Eagles. Eagles number 5. Serve is out. Point for the Knights. Isla King, number 18, moving back to serve for the Knights. Her serve is up. It's over. Eagles under the first one. And they set the second one across over to Ava. Ava to Rylan. And Rylan takes it across, but it's just outside. Point for the Eagles. 13 serving 6. Number 16, I believe, is back to serve. Serve is up, and it's over to Ava. Ava back to the Eagles. Eagles' second hit brings it across to a hole in the court. And point for the Eagles. 14 serving 6. Serve is up. Over to Isla. Isla brings it across to the Eagles, and they're straight back to Nora. Nora across to the Eagles again. And their third hit. Good effort. Just missed sending that across. Point for the Knights, 7 serving 14. Nora Everson moving back to serve. Knights are going to sub. Autumn Freilich coming out. Aaliyah Presley moving in. She's going to be on the front row. Nora's serve is up, and it's over. And Eagles second hit brings it across, and it's out the backcourt off the Knights. Point for the Eagles. The Eagles are going to rotate, and number 20 moving back for the Eagles to the serving line. Now it looks like number 20 is going to sub. She's coming out, and number 11 going in. And 23 is coming out, 17 going in. And 11's going to go serve for number 20. Serve is up, and it is over to Aaliyah. Aaliyah to Rylan. Rylan to Macy. Macy over to the Eagles. Eagles' second hit's good. Third hit over to Rylan. Rylan to Ava. And Ava to Aaliyah. A little hard to get that. And point for the Eagles. Timeout on the Eagles. 16 serving 7. It'll be the Eagles serve when we return to the court. On behalf of the school board, teachers, and all who have invested time, effort, finances, and prayers, we appreciate the opportunity to have a part in establishing a foundation in the lives of our students through Christian education. Polk County School glorifies God through excellence as a Christ-centered educational environment that emphasizes servant leadership with a biblical worldview. And the Eagles are back on the court. 11 moving back to the serving line. 16 serving 7. The Knights will be on the court momentarily. And they're out. Serve is up and into the net. Point for the Knights. 8 serving 16. Rylan Hood moving back to serve for the Knights. Oh no. Well, folks, we're still live. I don't know what happened to my camera. I'll have to check that. I think the battery died. It did. We didn't get that plugged in. We'll have the camera back in just a moment. If I need, I have a backup camera going for video. That was one thing we didn't get plugged in. Here we go. It'll be live again in a moment. we're back. It is Eagles 18, serving Knights 10. Apologies for that. 27 serving for the Eagles. Serve is up over to Macy. Macy to Ava. Back over to the Eagles. And the Eagles found a hole on our side of the court. 19 serving 10. Serve is up over to Rylan. Rylan over to Autumn at the last second. Not sure that the Knights were communicating on that. They may have, and I didn't hear it. Serve is up and just over the net. Aaliyah there for a quick reaction. Ava takes the pass from Aaliyah and sends it over. And point for the Knights, 11 serving 20. Macy Schultz with the serve. Error on the serve. Point for the Eagles, 21 serving 11. Eagles are moving 17 back to the serving line. Serve is up, and it's over to Macy. Macy forward to Ava. Ava to Aaliyah. Aaliyah across to the Eagles. Eagles second hit. Third hit brings it back to Macy. Macy to Ava. Ava to Aaliyah. Kind of a tough pass there. Point for the Eagles, 22 serving 11. Serve is up, over to Rylan. Rylan to Ava. Ava to Isla again. We're going to have to work on passing. 23 serving 11. Serve is up, over to Rylan. Rylan up to Ava, and point for the Eagles. Match point, 24 serving 11. Serve is up, back over to Rylan. Rylan up to Aaliyah. Aaliyah to Ava, and that's a match. 25 to 11. Eagles on top for the first match, 2 out of 3. We'll be going on to the second match shortly. While we're between matches, upcoming events on the schedule real quick. We've got PCCS traveling to Oakwood Academy in Aurora this Friday. And I've got a document here. Let me get that open with other schedule items. Well, my computer will cooperate. All right, there it is. So on Friday the 3rd, traveling to Aurora. This is a new location in Aurora. They're not using the same same gym we've used in years past. And then on Tuesday, October 7th, we'll be traveling to Trinity Hollister to see this team right here. That game will be at 5:30. The game on the 3rd Friday the 3rd this week will be at 6 o'clock as the first game. Coming up after that, we've got Monday, October 13, El Dorado Springs at El Dorado Springs. First game at 5:30. On Tuesday the 14th, all three teams at home here in Bolivar, I believe at Bolivar Middle School. All three teams playing Cross Christian. We played them last night in Lebanon. They had a great facility and it was a great game. Aside from the recording having microphone issues, thought we had that resolved, and we were struggling with the new mic that I put into play today just because it's new and I didn't have all the settings right. And so they were very gracious hosts last night and super exciting games. All right, the Knights are back on the court. If you didn't watch the games from last night, I suggest going to our YouTube channel and checking those out, especially the varsity game. They were all good games, but the varsity was just amazingly exciting. One of the best games I've seen from PCCS. But tonight's game's been decent so far. This is the second match. 0 serving 0, and I believe the Knights will lead off on the serve. That's correct. I see the line judge has the ball on the Knights' end of the court. Rylan Hood back to serve for the Knights. 0 serving 0. Ryland serve is up and over to the Eagles into the backcourt. First hit, second hit, brings it across to Macy. Macy to Aaliyah, and Aaliyah over. Eagles first hit, second hit, and third hit's into the net. That was a tough one. She thought it was going to be into the net on the second one, I think. I did too, but they kept it out. Ryland Hood going back to serving line. 1 serving 0. Serve is up into the backcourt for the Eagles. They send it straight over. Ava's under it. Back to the Eagles. Good pass for Ava, and she gets it again straight back over. And there it goes a third time. Ava Anderson on point. Rylan Hood passing it over to, great effort. Great effort. That's a highlight. Love to see that play. It didn't result in the point for the Knights. It did result in the point for the Eagles, but still good effort. All right, Eagles are sending, I believe that's number 27. Serve is up. Rylan over to Macy. Macy to Ava. Ava back over to the Eagles. Second hit. Third hit brings it across to Ava. Ava over to Macy. Macy back to Autumn, and it's out. Point for the Eagles. 2 serving 2, I believe. Nope, correction. 2 serving 1. Eagles back to serve. Serve is up over to Isla, and it's out. 3 serving 1. Serve is up over to Rylan. Rylan back to the Eagles. Second hit, and it's too far. They couldn't get back to it. Point for the Knights. Macy Schultz moving back to serve for the Knights, number 33. Serve is up and over to the Eagles. Second hit across to, almost to Ryland. She was a little shy of getting that. Point for the Eagles, 4 serving 2. Number 23 for the Eagles moving back to serve. Serve is up. It's over to Ava. Ava to Aaliyah. Aaliyah back to Ava and almost over. Good effort. Good teamwork there. That was decent passes. 23 back on the serving line for the Eagles. Serve is up and it's out. Autumn Freilich going after it, saw that it was out and let it go out. So now the Knights are going to rotate. Aaliyah Presley moving back to serve. She's number 9. 3 serving 5. Serve is up, short, and point for the Eagles. 6 serving 3. Eagles are going to send number 8, I believe, back to the serving line. Yes, number 8. Serve is up, and it's over to Macy. Macy to Isla. Isla to Nora. Nora across. Eagles second hit over to Rylan. Rylan up to Isla. Isla to Nora again, and Nora into the back corner. Eagles are under it, and third hit brings it across to Macy. Macy to Isla, and nobody. All right, folks, that's a point for the Eagles. 7 serving 3. I think Coach is saying you girls have got to talk. Call it. Call the ball. Eagles serve is up. It's over to Rylan. Rylan up to Isla. Isla over to Ava, and it's out. Point for the Eagles. Eagles serve is up. Over to Macy. Macy to Rylan, and point for the Eagles. 9 serving 3. Timeout on the Knights. As a Christ-based learning facility, Polk County Christian School strives to be representative of attributes that will glorify God and prepare your child for academic success. Come see us on Tower Drive in Bolivar and see how we can help your student. All of our past broadcasts are on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@PCCS. The live broadcasts like this one will be under the Live tab, and any recorded and uploaded later broadcasts like the 3 games last night will be under the Video tab on the same page. If you do go to our live link, youtube.com/@PCCS/live, that'll either take you to all of our live broadcasts if we're not currently live, or if we are live, it'll take you straight to the current live broadcast. You're watching PCCS TV. 9 serving 3, and the Eagles are back on the court. Number 8 moving back to serve. Knights are back on the court. Serve is up, and Nora puts it up to Isla. Isla back to Rylan, and it's out. Point for the Eagles. 10 serving 3. Serve is up. Rylan over to Ava. Ava to Nora. Third hit. And it's not over. Point for the Eagles. Serve is up. That's Macy up to Isla. Isla to Nora. And Nora with a beautiful kill shot to the backcourt. And the Eagles keep it from going out, and point for the Knights. That was a great shot. That makes the highlight reel at PCCS TV. Ava Anderson back to serve for the Knights, number 77. Her serve is up. What a great serve. And Eagles send it back, but it's out of bounds. So that's an ace for Ava. Serve is up, and it's over. Eagles are under it. Second hit, third hit. Brings it across to Macy. Macy up to Isla. Isla over to Rylan, just across the net. And ref called that into the net. Can't argue with that. 2 reasons that I can't argue with that, folks. 1, I don't know the rules. And 2, I think it was. It looked like it was. It appeared that way to me. All right, Eagles serving. Number 5, serve is up to Ava. Ava to Nora. Nora with a beautiful last-second hit, but almost. It was into the ceiling, so it's a hard pass to get that. Good effort, though. And timeout. Not sure who the timeout was on. folks, you can find Polk County Christian School on the web at polkcountychristianschool.org and on Facebook at facebook.com/Polk County Christian School. And then, as I previously mentioned, on YouTube at youtube.com/@PCCS. And if you take that same link and add /live to the end of it, you go straight to our live broadcasts. And of course, if you like this video, we would love for you to click thumbs up directly below the video. All right, players are back on the court on PCCS TV. And number 5 is up to serve. 13 serving 5. Serve is up. It's over to Macy. Macy to Isla, and it's out of bounds. Point for the Eagles. 5 back to the serving line. 14 serving 5, and serve is up to Macy. Macy forward to Isla. Isla over to Nora, and Nora just across. What a great play. Good teamwork for the Knights. Point for the Knights. And Isla moving back to serve. Isla's number 18 for the Knights. And the Eagles are going to do some subs. 27's coming out and 17 going in. 11 coming in for 20. All right, Isla's back on the serving line. Serve is up, and it is over to the Eagles. Second hit brings it across to Nora. Nora setting it straight across the net, and the Eagles put it out. Point for the Knights. Good shot for Isla on the serving line. And a good pass for Nora, getting it right back to him. Seven serving 14. Serve is up. Good serve. And great point for Isla over to the Eagles. They can't bring it back across that time, so 8 serving 14. Serve is up and back straight over to Macy. Macy over to Nora for a gentle tip across the net. What a beautiful dink for Nora. 9 serving 14. Isla back to serve. Serve is up over to Eagles. Second hit for second hit under the net. Point for the Knights. Isla back to serve. 14 serving 10. The serve is up. Eagles straight back over to the middle of the backcourt, and it's a point for the Eagles. 15 serving 10. Serve is up over to Isla, back to the Eagles, and back over to the Knights, and point for the Eagles. Number 16 serving for the Eagles. Serve is up and found another hole on our side of the court. Bear with me, folks. I just unplugged the camera again. I want to get it plugged back in before I lose it. There we go. All right, Nora Everson at the serve. Her serve is up, and it's back to Nora. And Knights gave up a point. It is 18 serving 11. Number 11 back to serve for the Eagles. Serve is up and just across the net. Aaliyah with a beautiful save over to Ryland to Macy, and Macy takes it across. Macy gets the pass back from the Eagles, and what beautiful play again. Oh, great effort. Great effort. Folks, that's what we like to see. Actually, both sides of the net doing well on that volley. Love to see that. 19 serving 11. Serve is up, and it's over. Point for the Eagles. Timeout on, I believe, on the Knights. We come back from timeout. Serve back with the Eagles. Folks, I mentioned earlier that if you like this video, we'd sure appreciate you to click the thumbs up button directly below it. If you'd like to see more content from PCCS TV, consider clicking the subscribe button. If you do click the subscribe button, you could also click the bell option, which is the bell icon, which is optional, and that will notify you when we go live or when we post new content that's been recorded. We appreciate your support no matter what. Number 11 for the Eagles back on the serving line, 20 serving 11. Serve is up, and it's over to Ava. Ava up to Aaliyah. Aaliyah over to the Eagles, and the Eagles almost had it across the net. Point for the Knights. 12 serving 20. Rylan Hood, number 22, back to the serving line for the Knights. Serve is up, and it is into the backcourt. Eagles get it across to Macy. Macy to Aaliyah, and Aaliyah to Rylan. Rylan back over to the Eagles. Eagles first pass, second pass, third hit is over, and point for the Eagles. They found a hole on our side of the net. 21 serving 12. Eagles are going to move number 17 back to serve. Serve is up, and it's over to Rylan. Rylan up to Aaliyah. Oh, good effort. Almost had that. She was trying to assist it and make sure it got across the net. Not quite. Point for the Eagles. 22 serving 12. Serve is up, and it's over to Ava. Back to Macy. Macy to Ava, and into the net. Point for the Eagles. 23 serving 12. Serve is up, and it's over to Rylan. Rylan forward and across the net, and point for the Knights. Rylan found a hole on the Eagles side of the net and saved us from going to match point. Macy Schultz, Macy Schultz moving back to the serving line. Number 33, serve is up, and Eagles passing it. It's over, and point for the Eagles. 24 serving 13. Match point, number 23 for the Eagles, moving back to serve. This is match 2 of 2. Serve is up, over to Macy. Macy to Rylan. Rylan bringing it forward to Isla, and it's out. Point for the Eagles. That's a match, folks. All right, well, we appreciate you joining us. We'll be back shortly on a second live stream. We're going to end this one, and we'll start another one for the varsity game, which should be starting shortly.
This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School.
Stop by our school at 2490 West Tower Drive in Bolivar and see what we are doing to provide a Christian education